Welcome, friends, gamers, and other enthusiasts to the BoydofZINJ channel. I hope you enjoy your time here and the video. Please like, subscribe, do all the bell icons, and comment. If you click on the notifications, it may even let others and the YouTube gods know that they may enjoy these videos. With that being said, let's play.
In the darkness between the stars, the weak and the faithless find no deliverance.
It does not matter who you were before, a fearless general, a fractious noble, or a bloodthirsty criminal. As a rogue trader, your endowed authority allows you to recruit crew members from almost any echelon of the Imperium. Will you be a staunch follower of the Imperial Creed, or risk more dangerous associations?
We are raised to believe that the God Emperor watches over us all. And so we are charged to cleanse the mutant, the heretic, the alien.
After all, ends justify any means, and nothing can stop the rogue trader.
The galaxy burns, yet still we stand, the last bulwark against the terror. And while we draw breath, we will fight. For in this new dark age, there is only war.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. Greetings, my friends, fellow gamers, rogue traders, and other enthusiasts to the next episode of Rogue Trader, where we're in the grim dark future of the 40K Warhammer 40K universe. This is your host, BoydofZINJ, and we're going to be starting episode 003. How time flies. Previously, we found out that we are a crime lord who's Voidborn, who believes in the Imperium, but also is an everyman type person. Pragmatic, believes in the God Emperor, however, believes that his fellow man is what's most important. We've already had one trial where I picked the common man as the option and got rewarded based on that. Likewise, I'm building him to be what appears to be a sniper debuffer, which is fine. Up for sneaking. We also found out we're related to the Von Valencia clan, who's the current, just check it around, sorry about that. Oh, it's over here somewhere. Who's the current leader of the Rogue Traders. Oh, that's the wrong way.
Keep your wits about you.
So we missed something over here. Here we go, goods. This girl seems like she needed the most help.
I always have a backup plan.
We also found the writs of the trade.
Let us not dawdle.
Interesting. Not sure what any of that stuff is.
What do we have here?
Save real fast. An expendable item? Okay. I seem to be the logic person, so yes. Glasses. Just what I needed.
I won't stand for it. My gut tells me it's a bad idea.
That's not the Seneschal's job.
No can do.
This is unacceptable.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust. I always keep my options open.
We're going to see if the Lord Theodora is alive or safe. Cutscene scenes.
Keep your wits about you. Let us not dawdle.
Theodore von Valencia's body is sprawled on the large, blood-drenched desk. The arch-militant's corpse, still clutching a weapon, is slumped against one of the bulkheads.
Emperor, accept thy faithful souls.
No! Lord Captain, I didn't hear a thing. Not a whisper, not a breath. It was so loud. Why didn't I foresee this?
Lord Captain, who would even dare? Unless that rat, Voidsphere.
I'm going to say nothing.
How could Mort have failed her so terribly? The Arch-Militant was born on a death world. He had lightning-fast reflexes.
I can look at things in my own way. If you find something that might bear the imprint of the killer, just give it to me, and I'll try to see what secrets it holds.
You lean closer to the body. The cause of death is apparent. What ended the rogue trader's life was an auto pistol shot, an extraordinary accurate one at that. Theodore's face bears an expression of surprise, the last emotion she experienced in life. Examine the arch-militant's body. An auto pistol shot went straight through Mort's forehead, spraying the floor and furniture around the blood, brain matter, and shards of his skull. The safety of the arch-militant weapon is off. The killer must have been a split second quicker than he was. Inspect the papers. Reports, accounts, dispatches. You go over the scrolls until you stumble upon a document that's starkly different from the rest. It's a handwritten letter signed with the initial XC and a seal with a symbol that is vaguely familiar. Lore Imperium test succeeded. And a shiver down your spine. The author of the letter is addressed to Theodore von Valencia, signed it with the seal of one of the holy orders of the Emperor's Inquisition, the secret police of the Imperium, that relentless hunts heretics, xenos, and other enemies of the humanity. Gain 20 experience. Inspect the shards. It's difficult to say what exactly was broken. The objects fell to the floor, and that is as much as you can be certain. Upon closer examination, the shards appear iridescent rather than completely transparent, as they've been submerged in promethium. What do these shards tell you?
I see streaks of color, luminescence, blue lights, faces drawing closer. Lady Theodora and Conrad and what is that? Ah! Something dark, enormous. Oh, this glass thing was something foul, that's for sure.
Interesting.
Tainted witchcraft. It doesn't work like that. I can try to read the memories of objects, but dead bodies are a different story. Something like that would require her soul. And after what we saw on the officer's deck, I won't risk searching for it in a warp.
Yes, the crucible of battle calls to me once more.
No, wait! We must see if we can find anything.
Idira, you can't bring her back. Let her go.
You give up so easily, old man? I expected as much from the sister. It's not like she has a heart. But you? Oh no. I'll get to the bottom of this. I'll find the one responsible for murdering the Lord Captain. And when I do, that scum will regret the day they were born.
Run, fools, or fall!
Looks like this is going to be a tough battle.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Well, that was a little underwhelming.
Anything is.
battles than this in my time. Indeed. Victory is
All right, no injuries.
Keep your wits about you.
I just did an audible. I just realized we leveled, and I did not understand how to level until I realized something. I was clicking on just origin talents, and I just saw this. Then I realized you click all features, and there, look at all these additional features. Okay, so we're leveling. I'm making this guy a long range debuffer slash sniper. As a result, sharpshooter. If the operative has not moved, he shouldn't be moving. They gain +4 ballistic skill and plus int bonus divided by 2. Damage for every 5 cells between them and the target. So the further away that this person is from an enemy, the more damage he'll be doing. Let's take a look at Abelard. Content. Whenever an enemy attacks the warrior's next melee attack against the enemy deals an additional +5 damage. Does not stack, but it can be reactivated after another attack made by either the same enemy or a different one. This looks actually very useful. I'm content, extra damage, or thick skin. Only problem about this is I see this guy being next to a lot of enemies a lot. I'm gonna pick this one. Actually, I'm gonna pick this one. Because this is my tank. I need my tank to be a little more tankier, if there is such a word. A little bit more defensive. Nimble, dodge. I think this is going to be the most powerful defensive. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking stronger together. Psychic barrage, I like that. Whenever a psyker uses damaging psychic power on targets that are 6 cells or further from the Psyker, they receive an extra 3 damage. Actually, that one sounds really good. I'm sorry, I'm just studying all this. Extra, I've been told extra damage, extra damage. Stick this near all my range people. I like it.
Is there money to be made?
Sacrifice opens the eye. The second sacrifice draws its gaze.
Ethrad. Help has arrived. Too late to change the tide, I'm afraid. But if there's any honor in you, at least die with dignity and give our lives for the rogue trader. I'm going to select option 3. The Lord Captain will not be joining us. Ethrad. Gives you a confused look, then a realization dawns on him. His eyes filled with disbelief. No! The rogue trader is dead? Ithrat shudders and grabs his shoulder as you watch. The sleeve of his jacket bursts open and two bone growths pierce through the fabric. No matter what ritual Conrad is performing there, the warp is too strong. I cannot withstand it. My body's changing with every second. The warp ringing in the air. This is the end. We will perish in the warp, along with the warrant and the dynasty's heirs. The enemy of humanity has triumphed. Adria looks anxious at Ithrat. Then she glances back at you. I've seen it before. We better get away from him. The changes are accelerating. I'm going to... The top one is calling to me. I forbid you the very thought of yielding. Only resign yourself to your fate. You will truly suffer defeat. Argenta, words worthy of a righteous soul. Say the lofty words for later, will you? The navigator's ready to take the ship out of warp if you get some help from the bridge. Ithret, did we have no right to bar our heads? You can see Conrad, these last names, WH40K, clearly in the gloom of the bridge. The broken blade he has holding is stained with dark drops, seems to have a pearlescent glimmer to them. Oh, I think that's what killed the rogue trader. Ithrat, we're out of time! Ithrat bites his knuckles desperately, thinking. You see a wave ripple across the whites of Ithrat's eyes, and they begin to turn sickly yellow. I'm going to say number 2. That complicates things. Ithrat, the ritual will not be completed. I'll take care of it. And you, see to the Voidship breaks free from the warp and watch our realm and farewell. Ithrat, accursed traitor, a time will come when you bleed for her ladyship Theodore the murder. Remember my words, for they are the vow of he who marches forward to his death. Conrad WH40K. What? Theodore is dead? No, that can't be. I still have it.
Your ritual won't be finished, heretic! Don't you dare to cross us!
Wow, that's ugly.
I'll see to it personally. was inevitable. Accept your lot.
Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it. On it. But of course. I'm not so sure. Cover me. That is not my destiny. Farewell.
I'm a member.
I'll revert to more conservative tactics.
I'll make it happen. I'll see to it personally. On it. I won't compromise my principles.
I will not. God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
Field medicine at its finest.
It cleanses the body. I go into the Emperor's cult, for I am his chosen.
I should have foretold that. Will do. Was that you? Or... What is this foreboding?
I'm not interested. Victory is imminent.
Who if not me? I'll see to it personally. I'll make it happen. Consider this a taste of what's to come.
Stop it!
Pain and duty go hand in hand. It will be done.
I'll brush this off. I'll see to it personally. It's as good as... Best defense is a good offense.
We are at a tactical disadvantage.
That was a tough battle.
Your seneschal is always there for you. Let's patch you up.
Administration is a holy task.
This wound will make a fine scar.
Thank you.
The sooner we start.
I'm cheating? Yeah. Call it.
I woke up with a feeling of wonder, as if a field...
Just in time.
Onward!
We are the spearhead of the Imperium. Let me help.
Blessed be the hand of the healer.
This wound will make a fine scar.
Thank you.
Whatever you wish.
Did I mention that my whispers tell me jokes? Jokes that once said aloud make your eyes bleed and blood.
I didn't read it, so we had to go to the void ship.
How may I serve the dynasty?
Can only be healed on void ship. Okay, and we leveled.
I know how to take risks.
What's WS bonus? Weapon skill. That's a melee thing. I'm gonna pick that. I'm gonna pick contempt this time. I was real tempted to pick contempt previously, but I'm gonna pick contempt this time, and toughness. Dodge seems to be this person's primary defensive. Needs some dodge, so I'm gonna pick dodge. All right, kitty cat. I have kitty cat issues. Give me a moment. Sally, Sally, Sally. Ballistic skills for sure. Already have this feature. Okay. Sorry. I'm just reading all the different skills here. Rapid reload, possibly for long battles. I could see that happening. She's a combat sister after all, so medicine's 35. I believe we could respect too, so I may eventually respect. Let's say it one more time. We're almost done here. Let's finish this up. I believe that this quote-unquote tutorial part is almost done. Boy, this is a longer game than I expected. Who would have guessed?
I always keep my options open.
The heir is dead. He sacrificed himself to save the entire dynasty.
A noble deed. Let the crew offer prayers for the hero who renounced his impure life in the name of humanity.
No can do.
Well, I'm building dodge, right? So this make a good dodge.
Let us not dawdle.
Abelard. Whatever, Master Helmsman status report. By the Emperor. Is the Senshach living and breathing? Well, there's a tricky question. The whole place is overgrown with foul wickedry. Would be scrubbing it off the vid screens for a throne knows how long. Number 2. We need to reestablish contact with Navigator's Sanctum. It's our only chance of skipping the warp. Your word seems to knock the officers out of their stupor, and the air around you fill with voices of command being issued. You hear someone sobbing. One of the survivors bulking under stress. Ablar cuffs the crying officer without even looking. Okay. Restore the Vox channel. The Navigator's Sanctum. Ready the crew. Prepare the translation to real space. A few seconds before turning to you. Boydsan DeZinj, you may call me superstitious, but translation's not a good time to disregard rules. You are the only one who speaks for Housebound Valencia. You may not be the Lord Captain, but you, more than anyone else, you deserve to take her place in the ritual that is about to commence. He directs your attention upward to the throne that sits at the apex. What must I do? Take the Lord Captain's seat Order the final preparation. Wait for the officer's report. Bah! Blast it. All to the void. Translation is a craft, not something to be exploited in a trick. Sculpt to the throne, Master Boydsan DeZinj. These people are about to do the impossible. The least they deserve is solace of seeing a figure sitting in the usual spot. Please hurry. Every second we waste is a terrible risk. Theodore, the image before you is hazy, and sorcerous content invisible to mortal eyes, as if for whatever is beneath this thin shell is constantly changing, while still remaining the same. It has taken the guise of Theodore, but the false rogue trader's eyes reveal the entity's true surreal nature. One of Theodore's eyes engulfs in otherworldly fire, the other a vessel of ancient evil bores into you. A voice seeps directly into your brain without ever reaching your ears. This voice booms with all the horrors of the warp. Who are you to oppose the destiny itself for the sake of lies that are not yours? So many threads stretch between you and other creatures of your world. Pitiful, worthless, links ready to shatter at the slightest touch. A muddle, erratic, pointless tangle. It resignate and emerges. The voice has already dug their foul roots into your consciousness. A moment later, you realize that all these voices are a mirrored manifestation of the same call that has finally invaded your mind. You are to blame for Theodore's death. I'm saving my people. Do your worst, but you cannot stop me. Be gone, Phantom. I'm doing number 2. Theodore lets out a long screech, a shrill, overwhelming the sound that can be interpreted as laughter. Lead them, mortal. Guide them, persuade them, force them to walk your path. You will need followers. Your destiny is preordained. Your head begins to spin, vicious drops slither down your cheeks. You blink and you're no longer looking at Theodore. It is Trader Vogvictor. Just as fluids as the previous apparition, the same terrifying voice seized from his lips. The aspirin vowed to return with my trophy, a relic that could serve the edge of daybreak. That fate was assured, that the steps chosen, and yet you broke the unbreakable when you took the aspirin's place. I see you on the day when the final dawn rises over the iron world. I see you by my side on that day of my resurrection. Your image is woven into tapestry. I am the will of the weaver of destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you to the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the keys of salvation. The thread that will guide you to the weapon of our return to me. The path is set, child of dawn. The thread is woven. Follow it, servant of mine. Well, essential. The navigator's sanctum is silent. The Vox signal is stable, which means the navigator gave up his life battling the storm that nearly claimed the Juan Valencia's flagship. We will honor his memory along with all who died this day. Essential. Will you tell us now, who is that? Where is the Lord Captain?
As First Officer, it is my duty to inform you with the greatest regret and indelible sorrow that Lord Captain Theodora von Falatius is dead. May her memory never fade from the annals of the dynasty. By right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision, It is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora von Valancius is her heir, the rightful inheritor of the warrant of trade, and the title of Rogue Trader. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim... have you lost your tongues? Hail your lord. It is because of his toils that we all still live. The deed is done, Master. My apologies. I meant to say Lord Captain.
The treachery of the Master of Whispers was fruitless, but victory came at a great cost. Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius perished along with her heir, Edelthrad, and thousands of crew members. Yet hope remained. For the second in line to the Rogue Trader dynasty survived. And through the strength of his resolve, saved those who were counting on him for protection.
We'll be saving it and ending the episode as soon as we can at 94%. I'm sorry if this is taking longer than expected. It's just a lot to do here. Combat was intense. We lost 2 people temporarily. Oh, cutscene. Well then, your lordship. You cannot help but notice Essential does not know how to talk to you or where to begin. His hesitation brings you an involuntary smirk to your face, as though someone else entirely is gloating at the old officer's confusion. Seeing your smile, Abelard pulls himself together. You must now hold your first officer's briefing in your new role as Lord Captain. For many of those who are about to join us on the bridge, this will also be their first briefing. We sustained massive losses among the senior and middle ranking officers. Some posts have to be filled by the deputies, while others go unfulfilled entirely. Wow. And now the deck clans are deciding who will take over the leaderless crew. I'm going to select number 2. What's the agenda for this meeting? Reports on the condition of the ships. The Lord Captain is not usually drawn away from her important affairs to attend such routine briefings, but this is a unique situation. I've soon receiving updates from across the ship, and they're not encouraging. This bird to fly takes a gargantuan effort, even so far as you personally negotiate with the authorities of the systems we are currently in. So be prepared to heavy a bevy of complaints and excuses. Your lordship, take this opportunity to get a good look at the officers who work the 6 decks of the bridge, and in turn they'll have the honor of behaving the visage of the Lord Captain. How did we lose so many officers? It appears the heretics were deliberately targeting the vessel's command. They knew exactly whom they were looking for and where they could be found, while unsurprising given that their informant was our own Master Whisper. Have you succeeded in tracking down Voidborn? No, Lord Captain. In all the commotion, his trail went cold. Our people are still on the hunt for him, and any mutineers who may still be skulking in the ship's mini corridor. But frankly, I wouldn't be surprised to hear that we're now 1 shuttle short. I'm afraid that it'll be some time before he'll answer for all that he has wrought. I'm ready to begin. I'm skipping that option. Attention officers, You have been granted an honor. Lord Captain Boydsan DeZinj von Valencia will personally conduct today's briefing. Our most gracious Lord Captain is ready to hear your reports. I'm picking number 1. As you wish, your lordship. Vigisuri Atoll of the Toleman line, our new Voxmaster. Voxmaster Vigis. It's an honor to serve your lordship. The Voxmaster offers a deep bow. Aboard this vessel, you have at your command thousands of crew members and hundreds of officers and section chiefs. I'm responsible for receiving and sending all communication between you and them and external sources. I am your eyes and mouth, Lord Captain. Besides her is Ravo, the master helmsman. He steers our ship along with the set by the course and monitors the void around us to ensure that we do not stray into asteroids or pirate trap. Hail, Lord Captain. This here ship is good as home to me, and so rest assured she's in safe hands. I'll die before I let her come to any grief. And lastly, our High Factotum, Janus Daronk, who oversees supplies, procurement, and general material well-being of the ship. It's an honor, your lordship. You may trust me with all matters concerning your comfort. Everything will be done to the highest standards. In the second row, we'll have the 3 main officers in charge with overseeing the ship's vital functions. The Master of Ordnance is responsible for the artillery board, the Furnace Master, whose crew work to prevent and extinguish fires on the ship, and lastly, the Drive Master, servants of the Omnissiah. The 3 officers salute you. The Furnace Master does so with confidence, while the Master of Ordnance betrays nervousness. The Driver Master officers salute resembling a dance involving complicated manipulation of the tech priest merchandise. Is that everyone? Unfortunately, our choir master, the esteemed Zachary Rice, head of the Astropack section, is unable to join us. He is in charge of communication with distant star system. Master Rice has been in a trance for some time now, attempting to contact other planets, the von Valencia's protectorate, and inform them of Lady Theodora's passing and Conrad's von Victor's treachery. I will deliver a report to your lordship on the Astropath's progress as soon as it's possible to do so. All others present, adjutant secretary and deputies, are here to make record of proceedings. I wish to hear from the Infirmus Master's report. Yes, your lordship. The young man bows his head in deference. I can report that all fires across the decks have now been extinguished. The preliminary damage assessment in terms of material losses and crew casualty has been completed. The results have been submitted to the Essential and the High Factotum. High Factotum, have you anything to report? The post passed to him by the previous Infernum Masterum as the next 3 deputies expired in the line of duty. This lad manages well so far. He can take the heat, so to speak. We are toiling the day and night, and next to compile a full account of the losses. The task will require next to no involvement from your lordship. I will personally ensure that the damaged components are given to the tech priest's hands and attention that all lost supplies are replaced. There is only one resource that I cannot replenish single-handedly, and that is the people. We have lost more than 2,000 crew members, and unfortunately this number is not confined to the scum from the lower decks, which are easily replaced, but also includes trained professionals. We will be able to make up our losses on the nearest planet. However, the planet's whole system in fact belongs to the Winter Scale Rogue Trader dynasty. We can simply begin recruiting on the planet without first coming to an understanding with the governor. In that respect, I am powerless. Negotiation at this level is a matter of the Rogue Trader. Especially true given Cal Material's pendants for attacking first and asking questions later. And that kind of thick-skulled thugs he usually installs on his governors on his planets. Drive Master, I'll hear from you now. Lord Captain, the foes that set upon the noble void ship destroyed the respiratories of hundreds of machine spirits. The great warp engines entrusted into my charge is unharmed, thank the Messiah. But its spirit mourns its dead brethren. You have yet to identify a prayer protocol capable of assuring its sorrow and anger. With great sorrow, I must also report that the engineer Sim Prime, overseer and the spiritual authority of all tech beasts on board, fell in battle. The Magos was betrayed by the little flesh that remained part of a most terrible loss. There is no one among my comrades aboard whose experience and comprehension of the sacred protocols equals that of the fallen Magos. We will require a placement as soon as possible. I understand. I see. Thank you. Master Helmsman, deliver us your status report. Right you are, Captain. Lord Captain. To cut a long story short, the outlook is bleak. The ships sound more or less, but without our engineer Prime and navigator who fell in battle, we have no way out of the system. We try to set up so much as a toe inside the warp. I don't know what'll happen. Our warp drive being torn to pieces, or all of us melting into the bulkhead. Your Lordship, it will follow if you allow me to interject. When we arrived in the system, my crew followed standard protocols and conducted an account of all available communication channels in the region. One of them was a Navis Nova station. The station maintains complex box silence, but even its presence here inspires hope. To have located a navigator in the very same system is an incredible stroke of luck. A true blessing from the God Emperor! I am the Will, the Weaver of Destinies, and today I will weave a new thread to elusive possibility, fickle chances. The thread that will lead you to the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the keys of salvation. If I were you, I'll grab this chance with both your hands, or else you'll soon iron up asteroids to use as your new rescindants, and especially less shitty noise. We can go around and round the system till our heads are swimming, as long as the Promethium and the supplies last. And if any thick as Grok's shit low lives come sniffing around, we'll be able to take them out. So don't you worry on that score. Master Ordnance, do you have anything to report? Ashir Naitolo looks gloomy. No, my job's simple. Maintain an arsenal on fire when told. But just ask him. We got no able crew, my lord. Master Ordnance, you forget yourself. So what? The ship's in ruins. Every second officer is dead, and now we got a green Lord Captain who's supposed to lead us into Void knows where. Silence! The bridge officer, magnificent Panis to Temple. Enforcer, seize this mutineer. If only one officer out of the whole lot fall into pieces, then that's not all bad, your lordship. I do humbly apologize on behalf of the entire. What would you have me to do with the Master Ordnance? The former Master Ordnance, I should say. Besides find and replace, that is.
This is BoydofZINJ from the future. I just wanted to explain what I'm going to be doing here. I'm actually going to select the option execute him. While yes, it seems like it's not the choice I would pick on the way how I'm role-playing this character, where I'm looking out for everybody in general, and I'm an everybody's man, like almost like a Robin Hood type person. The reason I'm picking him is if this person is willing to break the chain of command and cause disloyalty now, imagine in a situation where It's dangerous, it's life-threatening, and we need every man doing their best to just try and survive. And he's already casting doubt. This is inexcusable. You know, if it was a real-life situation right now, of course I would execute that person, but I would fire this person if I was an employer, right? You know, so in the grim dark future, execute him makes, to me, the most logical sense. This person is essentially being disloyal, disobedient, breaking the chain of command, causing others, which is the most important thing, others to doubt me, and in a critical situation will be, you know, more detrimental than helpful. So best to get rid of him now. And that's my opinion on the subject.
No, this is the grim dark future. You don't show disobedience to me this early. Execute him. Consider it done. Taking him away. To summarize, we have sustained serious losses in the crew members and require new Engineer Prime and Navigator. Is this all that's prevented us from continuing the voyage? What can you tell us in the system which we are currently ourselves? I see the Voxmaster on this point. We are in the Ragnar system, and our voyage here was undertaken on the order of your lordship's predecessor. There are 3 inhabited bodies in the system, and our attempts to send Vox messages have produced confounding results. The Navis Nobility Station has not simply failed to answer, it seems to be maintaining total Vox silence. However, we did receive a distress signal from the prison planetoid in the system, and Ragnar Miners itself is also not responding to our hails. But as most alarming is our augurs have intercepted signals from the surface that indicate ongoing hostilities on the planet. The situation is not encouraging, but without navigators, a tech priest, and a crew members, we won't be able to travel anywhere. Therefore, we must go to the planet and the Navis Nobility Station and find out what in the void is going on. Thank you. We're almost done here. Holy cow, this is taking forever. Your lordship, there is one other thing, a confidential matter. The utmost important, Lady Theodora, your eternal esteemed predecessor, brought your ship here for the system for a reason. She was given secret commission. You perhaps are wondering who has the authority to commission a rogue trader to do anything. I should tell you, the Lord Inquisitor, the hand of the Emperor, the chief architecture of his will in the Corona's expanse. I'm going to select option 2. I came across a strange handwritten letter at Theodore's desk. It was signed XC. You're referring to the contents of the note, I presume. Yes, XC. Xavier Kakutraz. Lady Theodora wants to seek out the Lord Inquisitor's right-hand man, one Henrik von Kalox, an interrogator, you understand, and all I know, he's somewhere in the system, and we must find him and offer him whatever assistance he requires, and deliver him to Footfall in the Voidborn system. Finding him without any more information to go on will be difficult indeed, but an Inquisitor is an important individual. The authorities in the systems, either Navis Nobility or the Governor of Rocket, may know something. That is all of it, your lordship. You have a great deal of work ahead of you, but it's mere taste in the daily burden of the rogue trader. Soon you must take the reins of the Von Valencia Protectorate. Adria, Sister Argenta, explain yourself. The Psyker is suffering some ailment or dark matter. She insists on seeing the rogue trader. I judge unwise to leave her unsupervised. I was also hoping to approach you with a personal request. We could wait. Speak to me when you have time, rogue trader. Daybreak. Adrian, come to your son, damn it. Lordship, here's the thing. I was trying to see the immediate future and it hit me so hard. My head is still spinning. Something very strange headed already and I can't make it out. And no matter how hard I try, a single word is all I can make out. Daybreak. Or maybe dawn. And it's ringing like an echo, like a bell. But if it's daybreak, then why it's so dark? Can I extract the true information from a single word? Can tell us anything about Mr. T.S.? No, not yet. The voices are going berserk, all shouting at once. I can't make sense of it. And as soon as I know the sense, I'll report to it. Okay? Lord Captain, if you want me to take a closer look into the future, find me on the bridge. Theodora was well served by my whispers, conscious, and I'm sure it would benefit them. There's nothing else. Time to go to work. I'm going to save the game, and this is where we're going to call it the episode.
I refuse.
It's that time of the video where I'd say adios. Thank you for watching. And if you're hearing this, I really like to say thank you for staying at least this long or skipping to the end. I really appreciate it. Better yet, the YouTube gods seem to enjoy it. Please like, subscribe, click on the bell icon to notification alerts. It really does help content creators like myself. I need the help. If you have any suggestions about my YouTube content or my channel or about this video, I'd love to hear it. Please leave a comment. Regardless, I'd like to thank you for watching. Stay safe, be entertained, enjoy life, and until next time, adios, goodbye, hope your RNG is better than mine. Thank you.
All hands, initiate shutdown sequence.